Okay, folks. Okay, Tim. Okay, me. Let's print something on this thing before we tune it. Then we'll print the same thing on it after we tune it. And we'll see what see how important tuning is. So what we need to do right now is remove the filament. So let's retract our filament, shall we? Okay. There we go. This Polymaker Red, beautifully printed beautifully on that first cube. Those first couple cube tests printed beautifully. So we're going to definitely use this Polymaker again. But for now, we're just going to throw some of this white Matter 3D Performance PLA. Using our very temporary spool holding system here. Rudimentary temporary. Okay, let's go ahead and load some filament. Let's home the baby. Home on the range. Whoa, hot. There we go. Let's bring the Z up so we can see the filament come through. Hello, Joe Velasco. How are you? Okay, let's extrude 50 millimeters of filament. Get the white going so we can purge all that red that was out of there going. So I find when I switch from any color to white, I got to purge at least 100 or 150 millimeters. Hey, Zexalter, how are you? I'm just going to print. Maria wants a reindeer, so we're going to print a reindeer on this puppy. I figure I'll print it pre-tuning, and then I'll print it post-tuning. It's going to need a lot of supports, so we're going to see how this works out. Let's extrude another 50, so we'll extrude 200 millimeters to make sure all that red is cleaned out. There we go. Then we will do some tuning, and I think the first thing I'm going to do to tune is I'm going to do the racking. That looks kind of like it should. It doesn't matter when you do the racking. I think the racking can be done, but may as well rack it prior to doing all the fine tuning. So create quite the racket. I'm just gonna withdraw 3 millimeters of filament here. Oh, I didn't want to retract 50. Why'd you do that? Did that do 50? It did do 50. Let's bring it back in. I just don't want any ooze when I go to do the calibrate Z. Where's my nozzle brush anyways? There it is. I really should do one of those nozzle cleaning things on the end here. Maybe I'll do that as a mod after I get everything all working. There we go. So if I go M83, G1, P minus 3, F300. There we go. Just bring it back in so we don't get any ooze. 3 millimeters worth of. Ooh, there we go. Clean that all off. Hey, Dr. Derp, how are you? We are tinkering with the Voron. We're going to print an actual print. And then we're going to do the tuning, and we're going to print that same actual print, and we're going to compare a print that requires lots of support and some fine detail with the same print before and after tuning. Look, Ken Gross, hello. Looks much better than last time you saw it. Well, it's up and running, kind of. Oh, I wish I could get rid of that ooze. I don't want you to be oozing. Actually, let's cool you down a little bit. Let's cool you down to 180, 170. And then you won't ooze so much on me. But I got to clean the bed. Our test cube we printed last time failed because the bed was not clean. So I'm just going to give the bed a quick wipe here. Okay, there we go. That should be good. Let's go ahead. I got to find that file. Has my mother not taught me not to touch hot things like nozzles? Well, when you want to get the filament off the tip of the nozzle, and you've burned these fingers in enough times that they're calloused. So, yeah, I'm running a purge line, but I wanted to. Actually, the end print G code actually pulls the filament back up into the nozzle, but I just changed filament, so I just wanted to make sure we weren't oozing, and we're not oozing. So, well, we're not oozing too much, and it's cooled down a fair bit now. It's cooled down to 170, so it doesn't burn nearly as easy. Okay, I need to find the actual name of that file. She texted me the link that she wants. It's a file of a reindeer. It's going to need support galore. And it's on printables. Let me go into printables and look that up. Printables.com. Here, I may as well. You guys can share the joy with me of what we're looking for. We're looking for Christmas reindeer Prancer by Grimlock. And it is no results. Christmas Reindeer Prancer by Grimlock 3D. Okay, what if I just look up Grimlock 3D? There we are. There they are right there. Perfect. So that's the one. It's this guy right here on the right. The model for the left isn't there. It's the one on the right we want to print. So let's grab the files. Let's grab the STL. We'll download it. We shall open up Prusa Slicer. Get rid of this cube that was on there. Let's go to my downloads. And downloads. Right there, and we'll bring Prancer in. There he is. Okay, now this model already has a couple, if you want to call those built-in supports. But that's okay. Apparently they're hard to get off, but I have a feeling it's there is clearance in there. If you look really, really close, they have put a little bit of clearance in there with just a few joints to cut off. So we're going to try that, but it needs support everywhere. It's going to need support under the belly, under the antlers. So we're just going to go ahead and let's put this with, we'll do 0.2 to get some detail. 3 perimeters is fine. 6 and 5 is fine. Infill, we'll do 15. I think everything's good here with the infill, 15%. I like to do 3 loops. We'll do this at 15 millimeters. And support material, we do want support material pretty much everywhere. Filament, we're going to be running at 215 and 220 first layer. This filament runs hot. This is Matter 3D Performance PLA. It runs a little warmer than normal. Cooling should be fine. And otherwise, if we slice this puppy now, it's going to be full of support because it needs support for these antlers. It's a 3-hour and 30-minute print, which isn't bad considering when I sliced this at the office on the Focus Odin F5, it was a 9-hour print. So let's go ahead and see what it does. Like, why not? Prancer. And where is my chat? If anybody's saying anything, where's my chat window? Right there. There we are. Okay, so Prancer is ready to go. So there's go Prancer by Prancer, and then let's bring up our. Where's my Where is my I swear I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached to my screen. I don't want that. Why am I looking at that? I'm looking for my where'd I put the printer? Not there, not there. Yeah, I think it's right here. Oh, it was on the same screen. Duh. Here we are. Okay, let's go there. There's Prancer. Let's go ahead and print Prancer and see what happens. Shall we? Okay, here we go. You guys can watch the fun with me. With me. See if it does everything it's supposed to do in its starting G code. It may still have an extra Z end stop home. Z end stop home. Z or Z, doesn't matter. It may have an extra Z home in it, but we'll see. We should home. We should do a quad gantry level. We should do a calibrate Z, and then we should do a bed mesh. Make sure my travel is 3 to 350. Where's my travel? That's in the slicer travel. What would it have defaulted at? Let's see. Modifier acceleration. Travel is 300. My travel is at 300. Right, I think that's what you're referring to. Zexalta right there. Travel's 300 right there. Yeah. Hey, Bearcore, how are you? How are you, Justin? Bearcore, Breakcore. Just call you Justin, it's easier. Okay, so quad gantry. We should be kaboom down there. We'll go around once more. Tolerance is 0.03. And this one looks good. We have 644s all across the board. 643s, 644s. And on the third Z, we have 643s. And 643s. This should be the last one for the quad gantry. Yes, sir. When you go with the Ellis profile, it'll be 350. Yeah, Ellis is the profile I'm going to be tuning with. I'm going to follow his tuning guide. Not so good day. Nothing bad happened. Just was cranky, frustrated with the world. Yeah, you get that. It gets that way, right? Well, I'm glad you're getting out of it. Yeah, it's some days it's like I know what it's like. Some days you just don't feel like yourself, and you just feel like, yeah, blah. We're allowed to have days like that. Okay, now we're doing calibrate Z. And as long as we fall within that 1 millimeter tolerance, we should be good. I think we're going to fall within, probably my guess is going to be 0.34. See if I'm right. Not 0.24, right there. 0.24 tolerance right there. That's good. So now we're going to mesh level and print. Had it not been a Friday at work, your boss would have let me take a mental health day. Ah, okay. I know those kind of days. I wish I could go to Earth and Murph. Maybe next year, Murph. Definitely can't go to Earth. It's just too far away. Murph is a goal for next year. It'd be nice to get down to Murph and finally meet some of y'all in person, instead of just on the YouTubes and the Twitches. So, local maker gave you a Voron. Oh, cool. Oh, very nice. Cool. So you got the frame. You just got to source the parts. That's great. Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Festival in Colorado. Oh, cool. See, that's closer to me, too. Colorado's just south of me. That would be cool. Rocky Mountain Rep Rap. RMRR. I like the sound of that. Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Fest. So we're all lined up to do the Ellis tuning guide. I may or may not do the racking of racking prior to Sunday's stream. I may just come on live and do the racking just so that's out of the way. You've got the octopus, a few other spare parts from your other Voron upgrades. Go nuts and build it ASAP, but you're trying to respect your. But yeah, that makes sense. Well, you've got some of the major parts, anyways. I mean, heck, the frame is a major part, and you've got an octopus, so you're halfway there. Just some electronics, wiring, power supplies, hot ends. Yeah, I mean, there's still a fair bit of expense in it. There, our mesh is done. Now we're going to heat up the hot end. Boop, boop. Oh, yeah, you're going to home Z again. Of course, I got extra home Zs in here for some reason, or home Zs. There we go. Now we're going to get ready to heat up. Okay, you should heat up to 220 was my first layer heat temperature. This will be an interesting model with all these little tiny supports and stuff, so we'll see how it goes. You need a new main board, do you? Oh. What kind of main board are you going to put in it? What are you looking for? Okay. Pushing filament. Cool, cool, cool. Now this filament's been out in the open for months at a time, but we'll see. I don't hear any snap, crackle, pop in it yet. And that looks like that's good squish on that first layer. Really good squish. I like it. Okay, let's move this over a bit. We'll bring in a camera here that you guys can get a good view of this thing as it's printing. Because I won't go for the whole 3 hours. We can chat and do whatever. I'll go for a couple hours here, but this is a 3-hour print. Let's go to the mobile cam and let's get a good view here. That's almost perfect view right there. Except I've got to get it over more this way, and we will kind of like that. Maybe that's a little too close. There we go. Come on, turn, get in there. Oh, it's printing right over where I killed the bed, too. That's okay. We'll see. The bottom is mostly support material, so I'm not worried about the little issues with the bed. You're thinking octopus, but you have a Feistech 2209S due to the spider. V11 you already have. Ah, I see. Okay. Well, the boards aren't really bad. That I don't know. This one I've got here that Big Tree sent me, BQ sent me. I think the combination itself is only $98, and this is the this is the M8P, the Manta M8P with a CB1. And that's maybe something for you, Justin, if you're doing that, is maybe looking at that Manta M8P with a CB1. I think it's $98 or something for both, and it's got clipper built in, and it basically you don't need a Pi, and it's got clipper built into it, and it's supposed to work. So, oh, Black Friday deals, yes. I look for Amazon Prime deals too sometimes. So far the first layer looks good. Camera angle makes it look crazy, but those the ugly looking lines, they're actually just the support lines, the base for the support. Oh, there may be some deals at Earth too. That's right. Yeah. I know, unobtainium. I know, but unobtainium. Yes, that's true. They are unobtainable right now. And if you can find them, they're stupid expensive. I don't like this view. Let's turn this so it's more of a front-on view. There we go. This is just massive supports through the. This is going to be a lot of supports coming up on the bottom here first. There's just 2 tiny legs actually coming, or 4 tiny legs coming up. Let's see how this is going to end up looking. And also keeping in mind, this filament's been on my shelf, sitting open in the air for months, but there's no snap crackle popping, so I don't think the filament's wet. It's PLA. Little bit of stringing there, but yeah, not bad. I could cool it down a bit, I suppose. Oh no, I'm not going to cool it. Maybe 210 would be fine. Let's go to 210. You can buy Pi 4 gig for 105. It's pricey, but solid and real. Yeah. So far, the Revos, I've only run 2 test prints on it so far, and this will be the 3rd print. And keep in mind, this is an untuned Voron, Andrew. I'm printing it on purposely untuned here for this, but the Voron's running great so far. I have no issues with it. I haven't swapped nozzles yet, but I will be doing a bunch of testing with the different size nozzles and stuff. But so far, the Voron's looking good. No complaints. Or the Revo, sorry. Voron, Revo, they both have a V in them. Hey, Jerry. Thanks for popping on, Jerry. We're just doing a, Maria wanted a reindeer printed, or she wants some reindeer printed. So I thought, you know what, let's print a white reindeer on the Voron, untuned. And then we're going to do the tuning up. We're going to work on the tuning this weekend. Between now and my stream, I'm going to do a few things. And then on the stream on Sunday, we'll do some more tuning. And then once it's all tuned up, I'll print the same print again, and we'll see. We'll have a look and see what the differences are. So I got to get some glue. I printed the skeleton hand. This is from Flexi Factory. So there's the hand and the bone. The bone glues on the hand. I should get some glue and glue this hand on now. Well, this is printing. And it's printed in glow in the dark. And so it really shines up nicely in the dark. Pretty cool. I think if I just use my super glue with my spray accelerant, it should be fine to hold that bone in place. Might make a good back scratcher. Let's go grab some adhesive, shall we? Like always, I should have bought myself a drink of water downstairs, but I didn't. I should have a water cooler down here. That's what I need. Doing resin time lapse. Whoops, I just bumped the camera, of course. Duh. There we go. And I'm probably knocked it out of focus too, and I did. There we go. Doing a resin time lapse between prints, got an error 20. What's an error 20 on a Rebel TI5? Oh, that's your camera, Rebel. I don't know anything about Canon cameras. I don't know anything about DSLRs, to be honest, but I haven't used a DSLR in forever. Do I have... Good, I got glue coming out. Let's glue this sucker and see how it looks. See how it works. So I put glue on one side. Make sure I get it nice and coated. There we go. We can put that down here. Don't want to glue it to the counter. And then I spray the other side. And then we join them. And then we join them and hold them. And that is adhered. There we go. So here's the skeleton hand. It's pretty cool. So you can put it over somebody's shoulder. Wah! Hard to see because it's there. If I go closer up, this I cleaned most of it off. I got more, but this glow in the dark stuff it was really stringy. I ran it on the this was running the FL Sun SR. So, but it printed nice. I mean, it's good. And no, I didn't put a hardened steel nozzle on. I know that this glow in the dark is going to kill my nozzle, but that's okay. Nozzles are cheap. If LDO would hook you up, you'd build a Voron 300, so emailed them with no reply. Oh, wow. Okay, let's put the glue away. Oh, wrong camera. That's the camera I meant to go to. So far, it's looking pretty good. There's a crap load of supports on this thing, so yeah, of course I can't get the lid of the glue back on. Of course, it's all glued. Maria, are you watching? I'm printing your reindeer. Oh, come on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the LDO kits are great. Oh. I see a lot of debate on the Facebook group, the Voron Facebook group, about should I buy a kit? Should I source all the parts, etc., etc.? Should I get an AliExpress kit? And basically, just there's a lot of opinions on there. Depends who you read. There's so many different opinions on there on which kit to get, should you get a kit, etc. But I know it's open source, and the whole premise behind it is that you can source all your own parts, and you download the printable parts, you source all your own parts. But man, I'm not big into the hassle of sourcing all my own parts, because you just never know what you're going to get. So that's why I like the LDO kit for the ones I've done, because you know you're getting quality parts. I mean, the motors are one of the more important parts on these things. You want good motors. You know you're getting good motors with LDO. And you get the wires all pre-made and everything, so why not? It's worth the extra few bucks, in my opinion. Fail on part 1. I see it. Oh my goodness. What the heck? Right here. Right in here. Why did you fail? It's because it's got a tiny, 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 tiny little bit going to the bed. Okay, well, let's stop this and we'll start it again. But I'll give it a little assistance on the bed because it's just a tiny part. Let's pause you. And let's stop. Okay, we'll keep the bed warm though at 60. Okay, and let's pull this off. Let's go ahead and pull this off here. I mean, it was going good. So it was going really good, except for that one part. And of course, that's the tiniest part that was adhered to the bed. So let's go ahead and just have my overhead here. Overhead. Let's go ahead and peel these parts off. But otherwise, yeah, it was going down really well. So, okay. So what we'll do is I will grab a little bit of assistance here for the next go round because that's such a tiny part. Where did I put it? Oh, I think I put it back over on the shelf. Hang on one second here. We're going to put a little bit of NPA on that. If I can find it, where is my NPA? Somebody stole my NPA. Where did I put it? Well, that is kind of frustrating. I know I have a fair bit of that stuff. Oh, there it is. It's my tiny bottle. Okay, so let's peel this off. Let's wipe my fingerprints off of there with my still relatively damp cloth. And let's just give it a little bit of assistance for this because I'm not ashamed to say I use bed adhesion sometimes. Sometimes it's necessary. There we go. Okay. Okay. I don't know if they do deals like that. That's a good question, 3D Experiments. Okay, let's start this print up again and see if we can get it to not fail this time. Let it do its startup routine. Try and get rid of that little bit of puke on the nozzle. There we go. I think I got it. Yeah. Digimark for 3 mini kits on your V2 ended up spending $2,000 total. Wow. Digimark. How many nights a week am I on, Mark? Whenever. Just depends. Sometimes when Marie and Ethan go to bed, I come and pop on. But I want to get this thing up and I need to get this thing finished and running so I can move on to other content that I have to do. So I'm usually on later at night, way past your bedtime. You need to move all your slicer start NG code to your printer config. That's pretty much what I've done here. with help from all you guys out there. I've pretty much moved all my start and ng code to the config file. It's great because then all I got to worry about in the slicer is start print or print start or whatever it is. It's the macros that I need to learn how to use better. 680. Oh, this is only going to go around once. I think this is quad gantry is leveled pretty good here. Yeah, it's going to go only around only once, which is good. U is done. So we'll see if that little coating of nanopolymer adhesive helps that stick this time. It was just that one tiny little foot that gave me the issue. So, okay, now let's do our calibrate Z. Super glue on my hands. Will this work as a back scratcher? Let's see. Oh, it's awful big to get under the shirt. Nah, really not enough stiffness to use that as a back scratcher. But it's pretty fun. I think that is so fun. And it glows really well. The glow in the dark does not last long. I don't know how long you have to actually charge it in the sun or whatever, but it doesn't last that long. But boy, when it first glows, it is bright green. So cool. Wow. Alien. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm just... Friendship lights. Was the bed cleaned from yesterday? I did clean it. Maybe not good enough, but there was just a tiny part. The part that failed was just a puny. There was very little adhesion on the bed. So, but I did clean the bed since yesterday. Yeah, because yesterday we had this failed cube, of course, but it still looked good. It still looks good. So we're going to see. But for those of you just joining, I am printing an actual print here. I'm printing a white reindeer with a crap load of support on it. But then I'm going to run that same print after we tune the printer. And we're going to do a comparison of the two prints. Give me 5. High five. That would be perfect for Joel on his streams for his high fives. I don't know. I don't have a Trident 3D Experiments, and I don't know if I'll be building one. We'll be seeing. I'm working on that. So I'd like to build a Trident for sure. I think the experience with building this and the 01s has given me enough confidence to tackle a Trident. But we will see. We will see. Buzz, 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 buzz. I got lots to do, though. I got some filament reviews to do. I've got these boards to do. I got to finish up the King Rune review. I've got to print a whole bunch more containers. Whole bunch more of these containers. I like these containers. These are awesome. So yeah, I got a lot of work to get done yet. Hence the winter. You might put a Trident Z assembly on your VZ bot. That's a popular user mod. Oh, cool. I was watching. Okay, here we're going. I forget the name of the channel. I stumbled across it the other day, and he was running a heavily modded printer, of course. I don't know what the base printer was, but he had like a CPAP cooling system on it, and he was running 2,000 millimeters a second. And boy, was it ever sweet. And it was actually not bad. It was just like going... I mean, man, it was good. I forget who that was. But incredible to see that printer could go so fast. But I imagine someday that, you know, they'll be able to go really fast and print good quality, but as it is right now, you only need so much speed, and there's only so much need for speed. Okay, let's have a look. Let's get back on this guy, and we will. So far that Calibrate Z is working great because that first layer is perfect. That's just the right amount of squish. Let's see. I could use a little more squish maybe. Let me squish it just a hair more. We're going to go down 0.01. And we'll go another 0.025. There we go. We'll give it a little more squish. Whoops. But otherwise, it looks good. A little bit of stringing there on that filament. Based on a Tronix X5SA frame. Okay. Oh, VEZ3D. He started the VZ bot project. Oh, is that who that was? Okay. Yeah, that was impressive. I will admit that was extremely impressive to see that thing go that fast. The pattern that it caused on the one side from the fast change of directions or something. It's almost like they were almost like horizontally bent. It was weird, but it was cool. I wish he would have. Well, maybe he did, but after he had it going that fast, then fire a benchy up and see what happens. But no, that was stupid fast. The VZ bot is a great fast printer. Okay, cool. I've been hearing more and more about the VZ bot. So, okay, let's see. Hopefully that's the part right there. The part it just printed, that's the part that failed. So hopefully that first layer looks fine. Those are just everything it's printing. Oh no, that's the part that failed right there. That little one that's sitting out on its own. Okay, so we'll see how this goes. We'll let it get up a bunch and then, yeah. He'll be doing speed benchy. That I'd love to see. That I've got to look for. I got to watch for. This is moving pretty quick. We are at what's the base speed? I think this is 100 millimeters a second is the base on this one. Might be too quick for something this fine, but we'll see. As long as that little piece sticks. Everything else was looking good. I am printing PLA, performance PLA from Matter 3D. I am printing at 215 on the hot end and 60 on the bed. This filament prints a tad higher temperature than standard PLA. Soap and water, yeah. And I'm going to resist using alcohol on these PEI sheets because the isopropyl takes the coating off of them, off these powder-coated ones. Smooth PEI, IPA, yes. Yeah. But that's stringing a little bit. I'm going to turn that temperature down again a little bit. Just to 210. It could be running a little warm with this. That little circle on the right there, it's one of the back legs. Or is it a front leg? Front leg? I think it's a front leg. No, it's the back leg of the deer. Yeah. So we'll see. So this is what's printing right here. Right here with all the supports in all its glory. I didn't even center it on the bed. I don't know why I didn't do that, but that's what we're printing right there. So we'll see how this works. That light is bright, especially with white filament. I wonder if I turn that LED off, will it make it any easier to see? Can I turn it off while it's running? Let's see. Oh, maybe not. Let's see if it shuts off. So far, it's not. It sent the G code, it sent the command, but it's not shutting off. Well, let's turn the case lights on. They're not coming on. There they are. Yay! Three-legged deer. No, one leg is in the air. Three-legged deer. The one leg is lifted right there. In the back, the other back leg is in there. There's a third leg, and then there's a fourth leg. Although, you never know if I break a leg off pulling those supports out. So far, that little piece that failed is not failing anymore. Why is that light not shutting off when I told it to shut off the hot end light? LED nozzles off. Logo nozzles off. Nozzle logo. Logo LEDs off. That turned off. Nozzle LED off. There it is. It's off. No, it's actually doesn't make that much of a difference. Nozzle LED on. Well, it makes a difference, but it's harder to see even with the shadows. And let's turn the logo LED on just because there is no logo LED on button. Huh. There's no button that says logo LED on, but there's a button that says nozzle LED on. Oh, status printing. There we are. Now the logo LED is on. That's the one just right up. Right there. That's the printing status color. So far, it's going okay. If those little legs that are unsupported hold out, we're good. But I think the nanopolymer adhesive makes a huge difference. I'm just going to grab a drink of water, guys. I'll be right back. Oh, okay. Don't fail me while I'm gone. Ah, there we go. Oh, that leg fell apart again. Ay, ay, ay. Well, you know, step away and look what happens. Well, well. Well, what does one do? Because everything else was looking good. It's just, but you got to see, like, there's that much. Hang on. I'll show you why this is happening. Maybe I just need a non-textured bed. There's that much. It's really hard. It doesn't want to focus on that. Boo boo. There's that much surface touching the bed. Like, I would say, anyways. I'd say 3 millimeters of surface touching the bed. Poor design. So, and then being on a textured bed too. So you've got that much less surface. Everything's just falling apart, touching the bed. Yeah, I could have had a bit more squish too, but okay. Well, should we try third time's a charm? One more time, do a little bit more squish. Probably still enough nano on there. Yeah, I'll bump up the bed temperature too. And I'll give it a little, I'll give it a little more squish on that bottom layer. Use a brim. Oh, a brim might be good. Oh, okay. That's a good point. Well, it doesn't, let's have a look here. Prusa always also has the thing. Yeah, okay. A brim is a good idea. And we'll bump up the bed temperature. Outer brim only, inner brim. We want an outer brim. Let's make the brim width, I don't know what. Let's make it 6 millimeters. Let's make it 7 millimeters. Come on. What, Y isn't a valid entry for a number? Come on, seriously? Millimeter should be plenty. We'll bump up the bed. And we will, oh, I just want to turn that temperature down to 210. Slice that again. In the meantime, I want to get I want to keep that bed warmed up. So let's get the bed going to 70. Whoops. Oh, okay. And the head's bumping the foot as it moves, I think, because the foot is slowly lifting. Okay, so we've got a brim around everything there now, so that should help. We'll bump up as I choke on a cookie. We'll bump up the temperature. We'll call this Prancer 2. The heater pad is underneath. It's not the actual temp of the PEI. Ah, okay. Wow, makes sense. Oh, you know what? Let's move this to the middle of the bed too. We'll call it Prancer 3. I don't mix up the other ones. Okay, let's go here. We'll just delete these ones. That one. Delete. Prancer 3. We'll print. And then when we get started, we'll give it a bit more squish. And we'll go from there. Makes sense, Kenneth. I get that. So the thermostat is reading temperature from underneath on the pad before all the heat has a chance to transfer to the bed. That makes perfect sense. Now, would that be considered, if that's with any 3D printer, would that be considered a flaw? Theoretically, because you're not really getting a true temperature at the moment the thermostat says your bed is hit 60. It hasn't, has it? The surface of the bed hasn't. Come on, I wanted to get that little bit of filament off the nozzle. Yeah. See, the other thing here too, if you think about it, right now, I don't want to disturb the gantry leveling, but right now there's a tiny bit of filament sticking out the tip of the nozzle. And the nozzle is only heated to 175. So when that goes around to do the Z calibrate Z, if there's the tiniest bit of filament on the nozzle, that's going to throw that calibration off by that tiny enough amount so that that first layer is not going to get the proper squish it needs if I don't adjust it. So that's why I'd like to eventually, I'll put a brush on this to brush the nozzle. Because yeah, I can see the filament on the tip of the nozzle. Come on, get off, get off. Oh, there, I think I got it. Because now we're going to calibrate Z. Anyways. Oh, really? I'll have to look at it. I like Maple Leaf Maker's videos. Yeah, that's why I got to baby step it for sure. Especially on the textured bed, you need a little bit more squish. At least I think you do. See if I can sneak that off of there. There we go. PLA doesn't need heat to stick to PEI. True. Doesn't hurt it though. Does it? No. You only put it on smooth surfaces, bare steel, spring, PEI steel, or FR4. I like smooth surfaces too. This is just this is the only one I have for this size bed right now. Hey, Ashernak. You're out working perfect. Well, thanks for coming in and saying hi. I appreciate that. It's running good so far. We haven't tuned it yet. We're just doing a tune print. Flip it over and use adhesive. It's coated on the other side too. Coated on both sides. I have a whole bunch of beds over there from different printers. Maybe one of them. Oh, that's great, Ashernak. Thank you. The streams are very informal lately, which is okay. I like it that way. Okay, bed mesh leveling almost complete. And we will crank that first layer down. We're going to get this deer to print if it's the last thing I do. I needed water. Okay, let's print. Why are you homing Z again? Because I didn't take that line out. Okay, heat baby heat. Beds to temperature. I have a thermal temperature gun somewhere. I should pull it out. I wonder where I put that. I think it's in my car. And 220. That didn't take long at all. So let's get ready on the baby stepping. And we'll lower it. Yeah, that's definitely too high. That's too high. I think the there was junk on the nozzle when it did the Z calibrate Z. Oh yeah, it's way too high. Come on, lower. Come on. I got to start this again. That's no. No, we got to start again. Darn. Oh well. Yeah. Like, look, that just pulls right off without effort. Yeah, I've got a 0.05 in there. It was just that much. It was just that much too high, and it's because there was filament on the nozzle when it did the calibrate Z. What I need to do is put a filament brush on here so I can clean the nozzle, so I can scrub the nozzle before it does the calibrate Z. Anyways, no big deal. Oh, I finally got it down to a good squish there, but there was too much printed to keep going. So we'll just start it up real quick here again now. Shouldn't take long to start up again now. Yeah, I was baby stepping it, but there's a little bit of hesitation when you baby step it. And I do have I have a 0.05 setting on the baby step. I have a 0.05, a 0.1, a 0.25, and a 0.5. And I was clicking away. I was down to 0.780 minus 0.780. Yeah, I do leave it below melting temp, but there was a little bit of ooze on it from. It's not retracting the ooze, and I have to check my my NG code. Mind you, it never hits the NG code because I've been stopping it. Let me clean the nozzle here now. So we have a perfectly clean nozzle right now. There we are. So this should work better. This should work better. Man loses arm in Voron. Film at 11. Yeah, the nozzle temp is set to park at 176. just before, well, it's doing all of the calibrations here. Now maybe 176 is a bit high. Maybe I should be down to 150. I think I'll change that to 150 or even 140. Because it doesn't take long for this nozzle to heat up. Because it spit out a tiny bit more there. I'll just brush that off when I get the opportunity here. Should be parking it now, yeah. There we go. Okay, so it's clean now. Yeah, I do usually do 3 skirts, or I'll do a big skirt. And I know some people don't believe in skirts, but that's why I like them, so I can check my layer, my Z height, my Z offset. So yes, save config when we're done, but it's still set for a 0.780. It has, the offset hasn't changed. So we'll see what happens. But this one should work better. As I say, the nozzle got no filament on it now for sure. And just that tiny little bit of filament is going to make the difference when it probes it. So yeah, I'm going to lower that temperature to 140. In my start G code. Okay. All right. I want to see what the height map looks like. See if I still have that peak and valley in the middle. I've definitely got to take it off this board when I do the input shaper. Get a lot of vibration off this board. We'll put it straight on the bench. Okie dokie. This time we're going to work. No, I reset the Z offset. Yeah, I didn't do the save config, but we're going to have our finger on the button from the get-go. And we are at 220, that fast. Okay. Oh, heck, even the purge line looks better this time. Definitely got better squish now. Yeah, but I'm going to go a little more. And even a little more. 0.354. That's a little too much. There we go. A little too much. I think we're good now. Oh yeah, we got lots of squish now. Perfect. Let's get rid of that blob. Yeah, probably even go a little bit. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we got lots of squish now. There we go. Lots and lots of flatness going on. Oh, really? Interesting. Now, for any other print, I'd say I'm a little too close to the bed, but for this, I'm not worrying about it. Hey, Ravenous. Thank you so much. Yeah, at first I was a little bit low, but this is the third or fourth time trying this because there's some tiny parts that need a little extra squish on this. And I'll show you that tiny part any second now. Most of this first layer is support material. And this is an untuned Voron. We have not tuned it yet. And that's on purpose. That's a little hot looking yet too. I'm only at I'm at 220 first layer, that's right. Oh, right. I forgot we have a brim going on here. There we go. That's what all that mess is. It's a brim. Well, this should definitely help it. So the same print that says it's going to take 3 hours on here, 3 hours and change, was going to take just shy of 9 hours on the Focus when I sliced it to try it at the office on the Focus. But the issue with that was I had no white filament. So It just shows the difference in speed of the printers too. Mind you, it was what, 40 millimeters a second to focus for the profile, and this is 100. It actually looks pretty good. The bright light is blowing it out, making it look crappy, but it looks pretty good. Before this, I built the two 0.1s. One of them I've still got to finish off. I was having issues with the mini afterburner, so I've got to finish it off yet. But I've got one of the 0.1s is printing and working just fine. The other one just got to finish the hot end. Yeah, so this is my third Voron. It's actually looking pretty good. Let me move this around and give a little different camera angle here. If I come up a little, sorry for the jumpiness. If I come up a little higher, can I come up higher? I can, and then give you a little like sort of a down low view. I don't want that turning. There we go. It's actually looking not bad. You can kind of see it better without the bright, when the bright lights aren't over it. Okay, good night, 3D Experiments. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, that LED is sure bright, isn't it? I mean, it's fine from my view for the camera. Actually, if I could probably, what if I did this? Let's just see if this makes a difference. There. Yeah, that helps a little bit. Oh, I can turn it off. That helped a bit, just turning my aperture down on the camera, or closing my aperture a bit. Okay, Kenneth, thank you. I'll go for another hour and we'll see where we're at. But this is a 3-hour print, so if I get up beyond the next 15 or 20 layers, we should be good. Those little circles look like they're not going anywhere now. Because as we remember, this one right over here was the fail point. This one right here, right where I'm pointing, right there. Move head, right there. That was the failing one. And it looks like it's going to be pretty solid with that raft. But I'm curious to see what happens when these supports get way up near the antlers of this reindeer. But looks clean so far. Now maybe the fact that, this being a non-tuned printer, and this is a small print relative to the size of the bed, it may end up looking like a decent print. Can't really see the nozzle from this angle though. Whoops. There we go. Let's try that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this one's going to work really well. Now that block on the right you see there is one of the supports that was built into the model. And it is, somebody may say, hey, it looks like it's going off on an angle, and it's supposed to be going off on an angle, as is the front one. Looks like you're going off on around a 9 or 10 degree angle to support that back leg. No, I think regular supports would have been just fine, but this is just the way the model was built, and I suppose I could have cut that out in the slicer, but the way it is. Like this nozzle, like this Revo so far. This Revo is doing well. My first time actually printing with a Revo is on this printer. Looks so dark. The gold looks so dark, but the actual color, it's not bad. There we are. There's that view. So I will likely tomorrow start. I got to print. I want to do the case. I've got to print the case parts. So I forget who pointed to me to the locking case, printable quick release latch for the panels. So I'm going to print some of those printable quick release latches on this printer. I'm going to print them in the gold ABS. Same gold that this stuff was printed out of. And I'll fill the bed and see what happens. I'm going to check and see if I have a smooth sheet that would fit this thing. I have a ton of print beds over here, or sheets from printers I don't have anymore, but I wonder if I have anything smooth in the 300 millimeter size. No, I have magnets galore. That's a 240. Oh man, that's for the old FL Sun I don't have. What size is this one? It's 2. I think these are too big. I have three new Wham Bam. I have 3 Wham Bam plates here. One I haven't opened. This might be big enough. I don't know. Oh yeah, that'll work. That's that Wham Bam there. I think that'll work. I think this will work. So that's a Wham Bam. What else is in here? This is a PEI with a, this is a Wham Bam PEI and a Wham Bam PEX surface for it. And I'm pretty sure this is 300. Let me double check. Where's my tape measure? Right in front of me. .310 by 320. That will work. That will work. Cool. Okay, so I do have a smooth surface. And then the other one, this one is never been used. Like, I mean, that's shiny. And this is this the same size? Please be the same size. No, this is too small. Oh no, maybe it is the same size. 300 by 300. So there we go. We have another one, and this one has a PEI and a PEX and a magnet I don't need. But this should work. This is a brand new bed. I could even use this bare steel with adhesive on it, with nanopolymer on it, and it would work. Oh yeah, and that will fit for sure. Yeah, cool. Good to know. I totally forgot I had these, to be honest with you. So we will try this maybe tomorrow. And then we'll throw this wham bam. I don't know why I had a 300 millimeter wham bam beds. They must have been. I wonder if it was for my old. I used to have a CR10, but the CR10's a bigger build plate, so I don't know. Anyways, cool. Okay, we'll put them right here. And we'll try them out tomorrow. And that'll be also a good experiment, good tryout for the fact that I shouldn't. Why did you change positions, camera? You know, you annoy me sometimes when you do that. Go back this way. Go back this way. Right there. Stay. No. Stay. Anyways, I was saying that, yeah, it'll be a good test for the fact that you don't have to adjust anything by changing beds, that calibrate Z command will do all the adjusting. So far we're looking pretty good here. Let me brighten that up a little bit. There we are. I think this is all going to hold. Between the extra squish on the first layer, the brim, and the nanopolymer adhesive, I think we're going to be good. I wonder if these wire brushes make good back scratchers. Oh yeah, they do. Oh, you can't push too hard though. Oh, that feels oddly good. Oh, there we go. Oof. Man. Yeah, I think this is going to be good. I think I'm going to let this go and come back to it in a bit. I think I'll take a break and come back. So what do you think? Should I shut the stream or should I just leave it streaming? What do you guys think? Want me to leave it streaming and I'll come back down in an hour or so and see where we're at? If you want to watch, you can. If not, no big deal. Or should I shut the stream down? I'm good either way. Is that a support in the very back? Oh, that little support right there. That's for the knee and the bent leg. And I was looking at this little guy right here, this little support right there. That's a support for the bent knee. So I think nobody's watching. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll back this, I'll zoom this out a bit so you can see the progress of it. Actually, we'll come out a little bit more. We'll zoom it out a bit more. There we go. Yeah, I think it's going to work. I think I'm going to leave it streaming. I think I'll leave the stream running. I'm going to go take a break. Grab a bite. I'm a little bit hungry. Come on. I think that's focused. I think that's focused. There we go. And I'll just leave this running so you guys can watch. Should I go up a little higher? Yeah, maybe like that. And we'll leave it like that. And focus. Come on. It's really hard to focus on white filament. Actually, I should be running this on MakerDeck is what I should be doing. But since I'm already on here, I can always speed this up and make it a time lapse later. Well, a sped up video versus a time lapse. Let's see if it's going to help if I turn that nozzle light off. Let's just see. And I command you turn off. Come on. The code was sent. It was sent. Why aren't you turning off? Okay, well, maybe. Let me try something else. Try one more thing here. Maybe this other camera. Let's see if this camera. No, but you got to get higher. No, that's even worse. That's sort of shining down on the nozzles. But if I put something under this guy and go like that. Okay, why won't that nozzle light should shut off? Okay, the logo light shut off. I didn't want the logo light shut off. There, that's back on. Nozzle LED's off. Send. There they are. There we go. That worked. Yeah, cool. You should, David. Focus keeps jumping in and out on this thing. Let's just get it set up, and I'm going to take a bit of a break here. I'm going to leave this running. Hey, Thomas, how are you? We are printing a massively supported reindeer. An untuned printer doing a downloaded print for Maria, and then we're going to tune the printer and do the same print. Do a comparison. Just to say, hey, here's why you want to tune your printer as good as you can tune your printer. But we'll see. Third time's a charm. First two attempts failed. This one worked. Okay, so if I were to... Oh, that won't stay there. If I were to do something like that, let me go over into the OBSs and go to studio mode and play around with something here. Now, if I were to go to my floor cam and give you two views, that might actually work. That might actually work. Let's just see. Let's go to... There we go. That kind of works. Working on Fenrir and your Patreon. Oh, cool. Unique t-shirt as a reward for the top tiers. I'm doing good, thank you so much, Thomas. It's been a long week. Trying to keep the business going, the full-time business going. Struggling along with that. It's going okay. Keeping the doors open every day so far, so can't complain. I'm going to be curious to see how well some of these supports do as we get up much higher on the model. Yeah, it's good. It's summer was terrible, and you know when you have a few terrible months at a business, small business, it is really hard to catch up. Cash flow and all that stuff, but yeah, we're hanging in there. I have very understanding suppliers, so. Yeah, well, we finished September with a pretty good number, and October is traditionally October is a busy month for us, so we will see. Downtown Calgary is slowly getting busier. And people are moving into the towers again. We still have about a 30% vacancy rate, but they're chipping away at it. Well, I'm going to put some tunes on this thing. We're going to let this print a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Anybody feel free to stay, feel free to drop off, whatever. But I'm going to take a little bit of a break, have a bite to eat. This has got another 2.5 hours to print yet. And that way I'm going to leave it streaming so I can monitor it. But let me throw on something. Let me turn my speakers on so I know the music is going to play, and I don't want it to be too loud. No, I don't like that one. Hang on a minute here. There's one that's more suited to this. There we go. Hey, Cheetah Kid. I'm just about to take a bit of a break, but I'm going to leave this running. I'm going to leave the stream running just so that I can monitor. I'm going to go up and have a bite to eat, take a bit of a break, get a drink, come back down in an hour or so, but I'm going to leave it running. If anybody wants to hang out, feel free, hang out. Hopefully that music's not too loud, and I'll be back. And I'm just going to let this print. This has got another couple hours at least to print, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to let it run live. And if anybody comes, I should put a message there. I'll be back, but anyways, they'll get the hint if they talk and I'm not talking. They'll think I'm rude, but hey, what I should do is say, taking a break. Be right back. Be back soon-ish. There we go. I'll post that comment. That way people will know that I'm not going to be here. So anyways, I'm going to mute myself and I'll be back in a bit, guys. Thanks. We are still going. I think this is going to work. Not bad. Anyways, took a bit of a break. I'm tired. But this is still printing well. Wow. Hey, non-fam. You can definitely tell that the printer needs tuning. So I wouldn't judge it by this so much. This is all support up here, but this part, this part right here, that's the leg of the deer, and you can kind of see the imperfections in the leg, and that's a support block there. That block there is a support block, and then these are all support towers. I gotta be careful there. But that's the leg of the deer. So there's some artifacting going on in there that's a sign that it hasn't been tuned. But yeah, this is actually actually looks like it's going to actually print the whole model this time, supports and all. I think the fact it's not a bed slinger, that we have a fixed bed, really helps, because those supports are not moving around. Yeah, that I think that makes a huge difference. Oh, it just says it's got another hour and a half to go. Jeez. The brim did the job for holding the little part for sure. Yes. Absolutely on both sides. There's a leg. Oops, my big hand. That's why I have a pointer. There's a leg right here. That's a leg right there with the brim around it. And of course, yes, this leg right here with the brim around it really made a difference in holding that leg in place. Although that leg is now being supported pretty much from this piece right here. This was part of the model that they've used to support the leg. And then there's another support on the other side here for the leg that's bent. And then there's still a lot of supports to go up top for the antlers and stuff. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out. So, yeah. But it's going pretty good. So probably sometime tomorrow, I'll do the racking on this. Maybe on Jerry's stream. Maybe I'll rack it while I'm on Jerry's stream tomorrow. So, oh, I need toothpicks down here. These tweezers are sharp. But they work. Yeah, maybe I'll do the racking, because that's then I can just work on going through the Ellis tuning guide on Sunday on the live stream. Get the tuning done, and then once the tuning's all done, I'll rerun this print. Let's turn that LED light back on. No, I'm sorry, the nozzle light. Let's see if I can turn the nozzle light back on. There we go. Yeah. And I'll just back this out. Wada, wada. There we go. You may have a lab. You have a lab tomorrow, printing part for your final project for school. Very cool. Cool. What's the project? What are you able to say what it is? What is it you're printing? I'm curious. Oh, cool. Very nice. So about 5 weeks away. That's awesome. Congratulations. Oh. Yeah, I like this Polymaker filament. This was nice. Can't wait to print more. Six people. Twitch is one person on Twitch. Who else is still streaming? Loyal is still streaming, is he? Oh, there's not that much of a delay. Usually there's a longer delay in Twitch. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. Pretty cool. So let's see. Loyal is still on. What's he doing tonight?
That is very cool. How much did you spend on? I don't know what you're talking about, Felix. I have no clue what you're talking about.
He has 107 viewers. He's been on for 4.5 hours. Chris has done his stream. And I see Charity Makers, Maker Deck. Yeah, wow. Pretty cool. There we go. Yep. You 3D print a water jet like on a Sea-Doo, but with some transparent part to study the internal flow of incavitation. Very cool. That would be interesting. I wonder if I take that stop, yeah. Man, that's a lot of support. I would almost hinder to guess that the supporter is going to use almost as much, if not more, filament than the deer. We have 2 deer legs. Oops. I don't want to knock the camera over. music is getting kind of repetitive.
Super Chat.
Tomorrow you'll lose a blah blah blah. Tomorrow use a Formlab Form 3 resin printer with some $210 per liter. Holy crap! No kidding. You don't want fails with that for sure. Man, I've had a couple jobs come along this week from customers wanting small detailed stuff that I cannot do, or I cannot guarantee to do on FDM. And you know, I've been so tempted to get a resin printer, but I just don't know what I would get. There's so many newer ones out these days now, and man, I don't know. And I don't know how much I'd want to spend on one. If it's worth it for the few jobs that come along, or do I just turn away those jobs, you know? Yeah, they are. And these two jobs that came along are like, we definitely need something that would handle detail because, yeah. Anyways, that's food for thought for me. It's good. It gives me something to think about. Speaking of that, I got another big job I got to start printing for a customer too. I got to find where I put it. I forgot to put the STL file on the card, so I'm hoping I can email it to myself. If I can find it on my phone and on my desktop at the office, I can link to my desktop on my phone. But I don't remember where I put it. Not it. Shoot. Where did I put it? I'll have to print it on the, it's a big cup holder for a car. But it's a big print. I'll have to print it on the rat rig. Dang, but I can't find the file. Oh, right there, cup holder STL. Okay, let's see. How big is the file? 13 megs. I can probably email that. Let me email it to myself so I have it at home. To DeWitt 3D. Canada at gmail.com. Not Gmailin, Gmail. Oh, come on. Subject, cup holder. Send. Good, it went. Let's see. A 4K mid-size resin printer is the best. Yeah, like, can I get a resin printer for under $500? I'd need a curing station too, I assume. Like, could I get a resin printer, curing station, yada yada, for under $500 or $500 to $600? I guess. I got to look at the return on investment too for something like that too. For the odd job that comes along for it. And then, what's the shelf life of resin? I mean, got to look at that too. Okay, there's my cup holder. I'm going to download the STL, save, download folder, save. Let's get it to my desktop here. There it is. Okay, let's now go ahead and open Prusa Slicer. Let's change to my rat rig. Rat rig 0.6 nozzle. Yeah, I'd probably do a 0.6 nozzle on that thing. Oh, is that music skipping? I think it does that when I get too many windows open. Let's just stop that music for now. Yep, let's stop you. Okay, so there's the rat rig bed and the model right there. Oh, okay, that's what happened there. So let's back to this. So let's clear the deer we're printing. So that's the cup holder I got to print for this customer. It's pretty big. So I would put this side would be on the print bed, so it would look like this. So that is 180 by 293 by 101. I guess that would technically fit on a 300 bed, but I got to do it in ABS. Rat rig's not enclosed, but the rat rig is at least relatively well tuned. Now, the only issue I have with this is I should not need supports for this. Let's just, I don't even know what our settings are, but let's just slice it for fun. Now, I don't need supports as far as I see, because fortunately these things are on a nice angle. It's over 24-hour print, but anyways, although mind you, I didn't tell it was a 0.6 nozzle. But even up here, if we look at the way this is going to print, there are no overhangs that are going to require supports. I think we're good on the angle. See, everything is working good up to there. There's just a little bit of bridging right there, but that's nothing. Okay, and boom, we're done. So we're good. But it's right under here on this lip. You can just kind of see it. Right under there, right there where the blue is, under that lip. So when we come up, and we're good right up to this point. Okay, we're kind of good. That's just the skirt. So we get up to this point right here. So let me angle this a little different. Okay, so now, okay, we're good right up to this point, and then what happens right here is you'll see, boom, right there. Oh, that might be okay. I thought there was one layer there that was going to print in the air. There's a blue one right there. Those ones right there, and then it transitions up again. I'm just not sure about in that little gap right here with the blue, because that blue represents bridge infill, but it's not bridging to anything. So let's just have a closer look at this even. So if I look closer, and then we can go down. Now we can actually see line by line. So you get that one there. Then we go up one more. Okay, that's bridge infilling inside, it looks like. So that's the part that's confusing me right there. Let's go, how do I play this? Oh, I'm going to shut this down in a minute, yeah, because that's just basically, that doesn't make sense right there, that transition from one layer, that layer to that layer. because that's a 0.2 layer. That's 6.4, 6.8. I don't get that. Anyways, that's something I need to figure out. Otherwise, that would work. That would work just fine. Yeah, here we are. We're getting on the body of the deer now. I think I'm just going to let this go, call it a night, and go. We've had a few people pop off now, which is fine. Yeah, but this is going good. It's not the cleanest looking print ever, for sure, because it's not tuned yet. But at least it's giving me a print. And it'll let me know if these supports are going to work. I don't like that that's not focusing too well. There we go. That doesn't matter. I'm going to shut it down anyways here. Mars 3, and there was a curing station for $500 Canadian. Interesting. Is it a mono? I think they're all mono resin printers. I think most resin printers now are mono. So, because you don't want an RGB for sure. I think that's what it is the older ones were the RGB, and you want a mono one now because it's better, higher resolution. I don't know a ton about resin printers. All I know is they use a FEP screen, and it's a mono. Yeah, okay. I know they use a FEP screen and yada, yada, yada. But it's on the smaller size. Ah, okay, yeah. Oh, just out of curiosity while I'm here, what the heck? Let me have a peek at, let me look on Amazon and see what's available on printers on Amazon, just for fun. I have a Google window open here. I do, right there. You go. Amazon.ca. And just look up resin printers. Okay, let's see what we got. Anycubic. Photon M3 resin 3D printer, 7.6 inch LCD SLA UV 3D resin printer with 4K monochrome screen, protective film, fast printing. That's not bad. $356. 356, and it's a 7.6 inch LCD. So 7.6, yeah. Interesting. And it's a 4K mono. So what's Photon 3 Max? $1,300. Yeah, 13 by 11. Yeah, of course. Much bigger print size. And then you've got Photon M3 Plus, which goes up to 9.6 by 775 for $800. So yeah, I guess they're expensive to get into the bigger build ones, the bigger ones. Let's see what else they list on here. There's the Elegoo Saturn is $499. Yep. Yeah, $459. There we go. And that's a mono, 4K, 775 print size. Yeah. $1,300 for that one. $1,000 for their Photon D2. Wow. They're not cheap. Curing stations aren't bad, $170. There's a wash and cure for $199. That's reasonable. I'll stick away from the Creality resins. Mono price MP Mini SLA, high resolution resin. 118 by 65 millimeter. Nah, too small. Flash Forge. I didn't know Flash Forge made resin printers. It's only a 2K resolution. Actually, it doesn't look like it's even available. I'd rather stick to the better name brands. Interesting. Elegoo Mercury X bundle with separate washing station and curing station. Oh, I see. That's just their. Oh, that's not bad. $229. You get a wash station and a cure station, separate stations. Pretty cool. Mercury XS bundle. Separate washing and curing stations. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of choices out there. Now, ideally, I'm curious how much it cost. Prusa3D.com. Let's just see. I'm just curious what their printers are selling for. SL1S Speed, original Prusa, SL1S Speed, and CW1S bundle. $2,500 for the bundle. Oh my goodness. But I'll bet they're good printers. Oh, jeez. That's US too. 2,500 US dollars. Holy crap. Okay, the printer itself, $2,000 US. Jeez. And I'll bet it's not even a huge volume. Looks well made. What's the build size? I'm curious. Oops. There we go. Anyways, whatever. Pipe dream. We're done. How far is this along? 60%. I think I'm gonna kill the case lights. See if they shut off. They did. Good. Yeah, not on the affordable side for sure. No. It's like all the Prusas, but mind you, it's probably a really good printer. Probably a very good, reliable printer with good quality, but yeah. That's a lot of money to spend. And there goes the deer body. Well, this just might turn out okay. There's his bent leg right here. And then there's that big block support in there holding that leg up. And then we got the big block support right back here holding that back leg up. So I think this is going to work. It'll just be interesting with the antlers now because there's going to be a whole bunch of support up top where the antlers are going to go. So we'll see. Anyways, I'm going to shut her down and go to bed. I will show this off tomorrow sometime and probably on Jerry's stream. So I will see you. Thanks, non-fam, for hanging out and chilling out. And whatever other 4 people are out there watching, thank you very much for watching. And I will catch all you guys a little bit later. So for now, I'm going to say adios and good night. Bye. You guys stay safe. We'll talk to you later.